Good afternoon. I'm Mary Watson from the New School in New York City. And so I just want to say a couple of words of welcome to this conference here in conjunction with my colleague, Professor Daniela Vargas, who's the Central Coordinator of Undergraduate Programs and Professor of Law at PUC-Rio. So maybe there'll be some great questions for Daniela later about how to move forward this legal agenda that we've just been talking about. We're already off to a robust start, and it's very exciting to be here at the conference. I want to say a couple of words about the New School, which is the home of the Institute for, which is the home where Trevor Schultz is located, and home of the Institute for Cooperative Digital Economy. And then just a couple of words about what I think higher education can do about this cooperatives movement to be in support. So the New School was founded in 1919 in New York City as an alternative to conventional universities and as a way to bring together scholars and citizens who wanted to question and debate the most pressing issues of the day. And at the college that I lead, we continue to do this work 100 years later, working on sustainability, economic prosperity, expanding indigenous knowledge networks, creating progressive media, and designing new industries like designing more just fashion futures. All of this work is really intertwined at the New School in New York, and we are really happy to home the Institute for Cooperative Digital Economy, which is led by the New School's own Trevor Schultz, its founding director. Trevor may need no introduction because he was just here on the panel, but just let me indicate a couple of the accomplishments of the PCC platform and the Institute for your information. So the New School has served as a coordinating hub for the action orientation of research on platform cooperatives. Trevor's next book is about to come out in 2023, entitled Own This: How Platform Cooperatives Change the World. And Trevor's TED Talk on platform cooperatives and the gig economy currently has 1.76 million views. So he's been working on publishing seminal research, such as the report on platform cooperatives in Brazil, and to the accomplished fellows and collaborators that the Institute welcomes to study and conduct research here. So this stewardship of the collective has been essential to the work that we have done so far. Together, these are the kinds of things the PCC has accomplished. So there are 62 partners in 60 countries who are officially partners of the Platform Cooperative Consortium. 4 countries have now included platform co-ops and policy directives by major political parties. 550 platform cooperatives are represented in the PCC. We've convened 9 international conferences. Along with all of the partners, the PCC has taught more than 1,500 students. And 49 countries have platform cooperative projects representing over 2 million people who are connected to this conference today. So this desire to really shape a new course can be helped by higher education. One of the things we can do is support these kinds of networks of individuals who are learning and growing platform cooperative projects. We can work on policy initiatives to move forward the policy agendas in our various countries and cities. As we all know well, this is a really, really difficult moment that really calls for bold and expansive thinking. Around the world, we are trying to navigate very difficult pressures and volatility in our systems, recovering from, in some ways, from a deadly global pandemic. We have dangerous and difficult political divides and deepening inequality. So platform cooperatives is just one way that we can build the future forward. What universities can do is they can educate all of our students about platform cooperatives and about cooperatives more generally. They can advance legal and policy agendas to make them more prevalent in all the countries in which we teach. So I would argue that, hearkening back to what Alina said earlier in her comments in the last panel, we need a change of mental model. We have hierarchy, and a formal organization forms deeply embedded in our consciousness from the time we are born, from the time we build relationships in all kinds of institutional forms. And this kind of understanding about the way people should and could work has to be changed. And it has to be changed at every level of education, beginning with primary school, so that people can think about the collective system as the way that we have future. So we will own the collaborative future. We have to fight for this for all of us, but in my case, specifically with our students. So let me turn the podium over to my colleague, Daniela, who collectively and with others, we have organized a consortium of like-minded universities called the Critical Edge Alliance. And she's here to tell us a little bit about PUC-Rio, who is one of our partners here in Brazil. So over to Daniela.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you for the organization to have me here. And this is a challenge that was put to me, why it's important to teach the next generation about cooperative principles in the digital economy. And from the viewpoint of higher education, from the viewpoint of higher education, what can we do? What we have seen from the students in these last years is a change in the way that they organize themselves. At least here in Brazil, we've been seeing that the classical student representations, we call the centros acadêmicos, have lost power. And now what we see is what we call the collectives, the coletivos, because they want a horizontal organization. They want to speak without a hierarchy and without having the president of the academic guild and it's been harder to obtain this information and talk to the students and know exactly what they want. And what do they want? They really want another. There is a norm. What we see is another mindset. When we say, fostering leaderships. We've seen some high schools saying, we are here to foster leadership. Sometimes you don't want to be a leader. You don't want to be at the top of the food chain, and you want to work with people. So we have to change this idea and start talking about fostering cooperation and well-being. We see that the students really, they need a purpose in order to understand what they're doing in the university. And when we talk to students about the digital economy and what they can do with digital economy, two things come to mind. I'm going to be a digital influencer, or I'm going to make a startup and I'm going to sell it for a lot of money. And perhaps that's not, at least people that are in this audience, and most of the students say that's not what I want. And they don't find a way in the capitalist society to find what they want to do. So what principles can, as in the higher education, can we bring to the students in the classrooms and foster within our classical programs? The entrepreneurship, it's a hard word, but not as business for profit. Collaboration and cooperation. We're talking about mediation and collective problem solving, and that you can find your own way to organize yourself. The ethical values of equality, the ethical values of nonviolent communication, and looking for the common good. So where can the university contribute in this realm? We see as that we can contribute for the students to understand that they can organize themselves and have a productive professional career outside the mainstream. And also within society, we can contribute a lot with education and training of the groups of the society that want to organize themselves as cooperatives. We've seen the problems that have come up in the audience, and the university as a multidisciplinary, with its multidisciplinary support, can help with education and training, how to run the business, finance, accounting, legal issues, marketing, data, sustainability, and self-composition, conflict resolution that came up now in the panel. So, and community building and innovation that that can also come up. So I believe that we can stress these values in our programs and also work in the community building around the university. So I think this will bring for the students another way to look at higher education. But because we've seen that many students are questioning. We were talking about that yesterday. What is the purpose of higher education? So the university has to reshape itself for this new era that's coming. And I believe that we can do this through the skills and the values that in this cooperative approach.